Hello guys, Big Nick back here with my second Monday Night Raw review. So, let's get it started. Okay, first off, this was Raw in Chicago, so it was going to be pretty interesting to see how they handled the CM Punk situation in his hometown. So as the show starts, they hit CM Punk's music. Made us wait for probably a good 2 to 3 minutes, and out comes Mr. Paul Heyman. So Heyman drops a pipe bomb, blaming the fans for why Punk is no longer in WWE. Also blaming The Undertaker for why the CM Punk's downward spiral started. And then he's saying that Paul Heyman, he wants revenge, and he'll get revenge against The Undertaker at this year's WrestleMania, ending the streak. And the man that can do it is Brock Lesnar. So out comes Lesnar. And basically during this whole time, the fan is just chanting CM Punk's name. They're getting louder and louder. So Lesnar comes out saying that he is going to end the streak. He is going to not only end it, but he is going to conquer the streak. So that's how it basically ends. So as they're leaving, out comes Mark Henry. He's trying to get payback for basically Lesnar supposedly breaking or dislocating his arm. Lesnar's backing up. He tries to jump over the stairs and kind of catch Henry, but Henry gets him. Then Henry punches him a couple of times, and then Lesnar takes over, hitting him with the steps. Then eventually F5 and the 400-pounder through the announce table. And that's how that little segment ends. So yeah, Brock Lesnar, since I'm a Taker fan, Brock Lesnar is a real threat to the streak, but we all know Taker will probably win because supposedly next year's Mania he's facing Sting. Okay. Second part is the first match of the night, and it is the tag team title rematch from the Elimination Chamber where the Usos faced the New Age Outlaws. I gave the match a 3.5 rating. And in this match we saw the Usos finally capture the tag team titles, giving them their first title reign. They did it via pinfall. So that's a good thing for the Usos. Finally, so WWE's finally using one of their young tag teams in the tag team division. Finally using a team that's going to be together. Not using a team they put together and then is going to end up splitting after they lose the titles. So I see the Usos I see Usos as a good tag team champions. I see them with multiple reigns. Also adding to the history of the Samoan legacy and the history of wrestling, because basically every Samoan wrestler who's been in professional wrestling has won a championship gold. So yeah, I gave that match a 3.5 rating. Good way to start the show off match-wise. Then we have another match that really didn't even happen. Was Big E versus Cesaro. Match starts. Cesaro does the Cesaro swing. Swagger comes in, does the swagger bomb. Cesaro gets disqualified. Big E wins. Then Big E hits the big ending on Cesaro, which in this way end up leading to a match later on in the night. Big E versus Jack Swagger. So that match, Big E wins via disqualification, not even a match, maybe a minute. So then we have the Shield versus the Wyatt family. This is the rematch from the Chamber, and both teams got big pops, and I enjoyed this match thoroughly. I think in my opinion, I think it was better than the Elimination Chamber. And this time, Seth Rollins left, saying to Roman and Dean, you figure this out. He's tired of being the glue holding the Shield together. Wyatt's win, taking out Ambrose. The Roman Reigns was going insane. Harper does his suicide dive. Reigns put Eric Rowan over the announce table. So yeah, I get that match a 4. Great tag team match. I thought maybe they'd do another match, but I guess not, since Wyatt's won both matches. So then we have a mixed tag match. Santino and Emma versus Fandango and Summer Rae. Winners, Santino and Emma. I gave this match a 2. Winners, as I said, Santino and Emma via submission. Summer Rae tapped out. There's this little love thing with Santino and Emma continues. Remember, Santino has half a brain, and it seems that Emma has half his brain. So yeah. Then we get to a match between Sheamus and Christian. During the night, you can see that the crowd really wasn't into it. I heard the boring chants a couple times. So I gave that match a 3. Sheamus is the winner via bro kick. Caught Christian from the outside. I thought maybe this would lead into a WrestleMania match, but Sheamus has beaten Christian 3 times. Well, as we all know, Christian is the master of one more match. So possibly at WrestleMania, we might end up seeing Sheamus and Christian. Might be a big way. This might be Christian's last big rivalry too. Then we have a segment in the back where Renee Young is interviewing the #1 contender for the WWE World Title, Batista, who, as we all know, later in the night he will face Daniel Bryan in the main event. And basically Batista cuts his little promo saying how Daniel Bryan's a WWE superstar, that the yes movement is the stupidest thing he's ever seen. Apparently he's paying no mind to the Batista chants, which really start trending on Twitter. So yeah, that was really that. Then there was another segment with Sheamus in the back after his match. And then out of nowhere, he gets attacked by Christian. As I said, Christian's the master of one more match. Odds are he'll get the one more match with Sheamus at WrestleMania. You never know. Then we have a Divas Tag Team match. The Bella Twins versus Oksana and Alicia Fox. Bella Twins win. I give the match a 1.5 because I like the Bella Twins, so I gave them the extra 0.5. And that's really that. The Diva matches really like. Really didn't see AJ or Tamina on the show. Then we have the Daniel Bryan and the Authority segment, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed it. Now this was basically, once again, Daniel Bryan calling Triple H out and challenging him for WrestleMania. And the crowd, the whole time Stephanie and Triple H talked, booed the living hell out of them. You could barely, as if they really tried to ignore it. You can see it. Triple H and Stephanie tried to continue the segment, but you know it got to them. Because the crowd what's the word I'm looking for? Was louder than they were. Just leave it at that. They were louder than they were. I really thought at that moment the crowd might try something, but it didn't happen. So yeah, and then Triple H, and then Bryan and Triple H look like they're about to get into a fight. And Stephanie calls her big red sellout Kane. But Bryan jumps the gun, attacks Kane. Then you got Stephanie calling for security. Daniel Bryan's basically thrown out of the ring until his main event match. So that would lead into his match with Batista. And then we had Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph Ziggler came out with the star of the new Need for Speed movie, Aaron Paul. People would know him from Breaking Bad. I personally would like to see Need for Speed. So yeah, Dolph Ziggler and Del Rio, I give the match a 1.5. They didn't give him that much time, and Ziggler wins. Yes, you heard it right, and if you saw it, you know it right. Dolph Ziggler won a match after losing to Batista on SmackDown. And then we basically move on into the Hall of Fame announcement. The 4th Hall of Famer is one of the greatest managers in the history of the sport, Paul Bearer. We all know it's a sad thing because Paul Bearer died basically a year ago. So he won't be there at the ceremony, but odds are he might either be inducted in by Kane or Taker, or the award will be accepted by Taker or Kane. See how that works there. It'll be a good thing. It'll be a surprise to see Undertaker at the Hall of Fame ceremony, because we've seen Kane at the Hall of Fame ceremony before. So yeah, that's 4 Hall of Famers now. He joins the Ultimate Warrior, the Snake, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Lita. Basically, you can see McMahon is really getting that 90, that whole golden era and attitude era wrestlers. He's just starting to pour them into the Hall of Fame. Because really, since basically 2009, almost basically everyone who's been in the Hall of Fame has been from the 90s on. So yeah, they're basically ending that era. Because really from 2000 to now, really there aren't that many guys out there who debuted since 2000 on, besides guys like Angle. That's really it. Who made their name in the 2000s on, because Angle, that's when he became the WWE champion. So yeah, that worked there. So Then we get to the main event. Time was running out. Batista, Daniel Bryan. Quick. Batista throws Bryan right onto Randy Orton, who was at ringside. And then they get into a little... Then Orton gets in the ring, attacks Bryan, so Bryan wins via DQ. He was going for an RKO on Batista. Batista throws him off. He gets hit with the high knee. And during the match, out came the Authority. And then he went at Batista, and you see the Authority coming in. The Authority was coming in. They were trying to stop it. He took out Kane again. Triple H got in the ring, but he was going after. Like when he knocked Kane down, Kane fell on Triple H. You can see Triple H just moved into it. So, and then he was going to go for I believe probably a suicide dive through the middle ropes on both of them. But Batista caught him with a spear. And then Triple H and Kane walk in the ring. Triple H grabs him by the hair. Then Triple H is about to run his mouth off, and then Daniel Bryan kicks him in the face as if he got like a leg cramp. The way how fast he kicked him. Kicked the crap out of him. Then Batista bombs Daniel Bryan, and then Triple H pedigrees him, and it basically ends with Stephanie doing the yes chant, and Triple H and Kane standing over him. So at WrestleMania, that's the odds are gonna happen, and of course the whole night the crowd is chanting for CM Punk. And I believe that they were going to work it at the end where CM Punk was going to, at the end of the show, run out of the crowd, attack the Authority, and get the hell out of there. But it didn't happen. So yes, this is my second Raw review. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. And remember, and also one note, later this week, remember I'm starting a new thing on my channel, the regular DVDs. Trying to get a Blu-ray player, so see how that works out, and I'll see you all again.